It's winner takes all at the Ratchaburi Stadium, a place in the AFC Champions League 2 semi-finals is on the line as Ratchaburi take on Gamba Osaka from the J-League 100-year vision. 1-1 after the first leg in Osaka last week. Daniel Ting put Ratchaburi ahead with his first goal for the club. Gaku Nawata levelled with 6 minutes to go. And very differing weather conditions here. It was about 8 degrees last week in Osaka for the first leg. As you see, it's a lot warmer here. That may suit Ratchaburi tonight playing on home soil, but those Gamba fans are here in numbers and they're very noisy as usual. This promises to be a really interesting clash between these two teams. The Japanese were bitterly disappointed last week, having dominated most of the play, but only getting that one goal. It was a real rearguard action from Ratchaburi. The orange very much in evidence here as well. They've captured the imagination. Can they get over the line and book themselves a place in the semi-final? The winners will play either Bangkok United or Tampines Rovers. Bangkok take a 2-1 lead into the second leg in Singapore tomorrow night. Just to give you an idea of the dominance that Osaka had in that first game, 24 shots, only 7 on target though, which was the disappointing factor for Jens Vissing, the German coach. 15 corners to 0, while Ratchaburi only had 5 shots, 2 on target. One of those was the goal from Daniel Ting that put them in front. What is the potential maybe of extra time and penalties tonight? We won't think about that for the moment. There is Ruwat Schumacher, the Ratchaburi coach. Ratchaburi didn't play a league game at the weekend. They had a weekend off, so their last game was in Osaka last week. Did slip a place in the league table, having not played. Gamba did play at the weekend. They got another win in the J1 100-year Vision League, as it's called this season, which is a bit of a mouthful. And of course there are no draws in that league this season. They have won a couple of their games on penalties, but they do sit top of Group B. Very early stages in that league, of course. Ratchaburi much deeper into their league, 21 matches played.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there is Jens Vissing, the recently installed Gamba Osaka coach in the summer. Wants to bring a new brand of football to the Japanese. He's quite a young coach as well. He's only 38 years of age, had to give up his playing career very early on due to injury. So passionate. The Japanese, of course, the fans getting right behind their teams. Always noisy, always full of atmosphere, and they brought that atmosphere with them to Thailand tonight. Well, that slow go over the tunnel. Our time is now. I wonder if it will be the time for Ratchaburi tonight to book a place in the semi-finals in the eastern section. It's a rare appearance in continental competition for them. But it's a talented side. It's got some pace in it as well. Ngueba, their number 11, has caused plenty of problems, not just in the knockout stages, but right throughout this competition. Sides did meet in the group stages. Don't forget, Gamba won both of those games by 2-0. So Ratchaburi had a determined edge about them last week. Did get that early goal from Daniel Ting, which really put them on the back foot though. 18 minutes in when they opened the scoring last week in Osaka. In the cold, it has to be said. The big jackets were very much the order of the day last week. Today, it's the personal fans in Thailand. Very hot in this part of Asia at the moment. Will they bring the heat to the pitch tonight over the next 90 minutes, I wonder. Really looking forward to this one. Gamba did everything bar score. Their shot accuracy last week was just over 29%, and I'm sure Jens Vissing, when he was analysing the match, would have said, well, that's not good enough for He scored on his only previous appearance against Nam Dinh earlier in the competition. Both Daniel Ting and Gleeson have changed their numbers to 55 and 79 respectively. Thanawat and Tosawat will again be the holding midfielders. Roque Mesa came off the bench for a debut in the first leg. He's again among the substitutes tonight. Referee is Ko Hyung Jin from Korea Republic. His only 2 Champions League 2 matches so far have come in the Western section. He did take charge of one of the early Korean games last week on the opening day of the new season as Jeju United took on Guangzhou. Thanawat and Shin are the captains. Gamba make 2 changes to their starting lineup. Keeper and back 4 remain the same. Issam Jabali and Ryoya Yamashita are recalled. It's an attacking lineup tonight, picked by Jens Vissing after that domination in the first leg. Goal scorer Gaku Nawata is on the bench, as is the Brazilian Velton, who we may well see later on in the game. Well, there's a real togetherness about this Ratchaburi side, not just the side but the squad. They're one of the only teams I've seen that their pre-match huddle is not just the starting 11 but the whole of the staff.
Guys, in this house, we play football. They come press, we take the ball.
Japanese efficiency. Gamba Osaka win at the weekend in the league against VV Nagasaki. There's Daniel Ting, whose goal got his side off and running. Shinosuke Nakatama came forward plenty of times with 15 corners in that first game. Kampon made some important saves in that game last week to keep the score down. They all played their part. Kampon's into double figures in terms of appearances now. It's his 9th. Jabali back in the starting lineup for Gamba. He's only missed 2 games in the group stage, or the competition rather, one against Eastern in the group stage, and the game against Ratchaburi in the first leg. Well, it will be Ratchaburi in the orange that get us underway. Kicking from left to right in the first half. 1-1 after the first leg. It is all to play for tonight. No away goals or anything like that. So if either of these sides gets the win inside 90 minutes tonight, they go through. If it's all level, potentially extra time and penalties. Thailand have already got a place in the quarter-finals of the Champions League Elite after Buriram United beat Melbourne City on penalties last night. Can Ratchaburi progress as well? Could be Thailand's year in both of the AFC Champions League competitions this season.
3, 2, 1.
The future's bright for Ratchaburi, but can they come up with a performance they need tonight to see off this very attacking Gamba Osaka side, who are on the attack straight away from the very first whistle? All the way across looking for Jabali, and an early corner inside 20 seconds given away by Ratchaburi. Just in behind Hummett. Didn't quite reach Jabali, but Ratchaburi's defence taking no chances. It's almost a continuation of where we left off from the first leg last week. Gamba were very, very close to snatching a late winner, having got that 84th minute equaliser. First quarter of the game. Netted away by Danielson. The head tennis going on at the moment. Genta just heading that one out wide. Tanner, number 6, will be key in that central midfield role for Ratchaburi tonight. Scored some important goals this season. Tokuma. Tanawa. It's been a pretty frantic start this opening couple of minutes. Genta cuts out that long ball down in towards Gleeson, who did wear number 9 in the first leg, wearing number 79 tonight. As we say, Daniel Ting was number 5, he's now number 55. Maybe a little bit of superstition with the number changes. Footballers can be a little bit like that. Well, he was delighted to see his side go in front in the first game, Borovut Strumaka. Couldn't hang on to it though, but a 1-1 draw as a creditable result. It's in by Rio, plucked out of the air by Campon. He's not the tallest goalkeeper in terms of stature, but does command his area very well. 33 years of age now. Played every minute of this competition so far. Tokuma. Now Shin. All the way back to Higashiguchi in goal, who, like his opposite number, has also played every minute of the competition. Shin. Long ball over the top, looking for the run of Jabali. Flag stayed down, all the way across. Almost gets in, and just a touch wide by Gabriel. Well, Dennis Hummett seemed to be able to just maybe walk that one in after it came off Campon. But Gabriel with a really important interception. Well, Jabali was onside, Hummett was offside in that initial move, but it didn't come into play, obviously. It ricocheted around, and then Gabriel with that important touch. Good work from Jabali. Came off the knee of the goalkeeper initially, and then that's a really important challenge from Gabriel, who did score. Jens Vissing, very clear when he joined the club about the style of football that he wants to play. Was a player for Borussia Mönchengladbach and Paderborn, but picked up an injury in Duisburg, which meant that he had to give up playing. He was around 27, 28 years of age, I think. Knocked away by Daniel Ting. Back in again, and Campon commanding his area well. Gamba, one of only 2 teams in the whole of the competition, East and West, that won all of their group games. Al Nassr were the other. The only team to, well, there were 2 teams really to hold them. Pohang Steelers in the first leg of the round of 16, 1-1 as we let's look at that chance again. Gabriel's challenge, really good. And then a 1-1 against Ratchaburi in the first leg here. Touched up by Gleeson. There's Jesse Curran. That's a poor ball given away cheaply to Machino. Good ball round the back. Gabriel went to ground early, and the referee just waited his moment, had a look at that. time that at all well, and Ko Hyung-jin, the referee, will have a quick word with Gabriel Mutombo. It went to ground a little bit too early, really. Tor was going to try and draw the foul on Dennis Hummett. Be mindful of these set pieces. They gave away quite a few free kicks in a similar sort of position in the first game. Managed to defend them pretty well right until the end, but don't want to cause themselves too many problems defensively tonight, Ratchaburi. With the free kick away by Danielson Jr. Said earlier, 15 corners to 0 in the first game. This is where Gabriel and Co need to be resolute. Oh, it's flicked around and in. Dennis Hummett, no one picked him up. The flag stays down. Oh, that flag has gone up. Well, there is VAR, of course, to have a look at this, but it was a very late flag on the far side. He's saying he came back from an offside position. But Dennis Hummett denied the opening goal. Let's see. Now, when that, yes, he is offside. Or was he just offside? Or did he come off a defender? Was that what Ratchaburi was saying? Well, no need for VAR to have a look at it because we're back underway again. Hummett let off for Ratchaburi in the early stages. It's given away, well won by Gabriel, by Sidney rather. Good covering from Shin. It's only the second time that Ratchaburi have ever appeared in the AFC Champions League, either in its previous guise or in the new format with the Elite and Champions League 2. They reached the group stage in, or only got to the group stage rather, in 21-22. Gleeson. Tanner. Curran. Nice flick. Lovely play from Ratchaburi. This is brilliantly done. Just a little bit too far ahead of Ngueba. He would have been in on goal if that ball had just had a little bit taken off it. Lovely little quick passage of passing from the home side. There's Rio. Now Shin. Genta. Gamba, of course, have had success in the AFC Champions League back in 2021. 2008, sorry, they won it. Beat Adelaide United 5-0 over 2 legs. Only other appearance coming in 2021 also. Gabriel allowed that to run. Machino. Now Rio. Misunderstanding between the goalkeeper and the defender. The Gueva will just get there first and use his strength to hold off Rio. Well, he looked so sure early on. Gabriel. He was asking for the goalkeeper to come. Thought the goalkeeper was there, but slight hesitation from Campon. Machino was a constant threat, a real live wire in the first game. Player that joined Manchester City for €1 million 7 years ago, but never managed to make a first-team appearance for them. Here's Genta. Now Tokuma. Shino again given away to Ngueva, but wins it back again. Shuto. Fires that one in. Too close to Campon though. Lovely distribution by the goalkeeper to find Danielson. Oh, that's a foul. Oh, referee, good advantage. Ratchaburi still in possession. Danielson down though. And one lighted attack. Jesse Curran. Ngueva. Little drop of the shoulder to get past Jabali. Little chip over the top looking for Gleeson. Comfortably through to Higashigichi in goal. Who finished in the group level on 9 points with Nam Dinh. It came down to the fact that they scored one more goal. The head-to-head was the same, the goal difference was the same. Ratchaburi scored 15, Nam Dinh 14. Joined Gamba Osaka in the knockout stages. Gamba comfortable winners of the group. 16 goals scored, only 2 conceded in the group stage for the Japanese. Jabali, Hamid. Defending again, bodies in it everywhere for Ratchaburi in the orange. That's a foul though on Tosawat. Here, free kick. Shuto going in a little bit too heavy for that one. Not much doubt about that. Threading through. Here come Gamba once again. Shuto. Hamid in the middle. Jabali arriving. Gabriel's there again though. Strange ball. Looking for Jesse Curran. Shuto. Shin. Machino. Patient this from Gamba Osaka. Shuto. possession. And the Japanese, they had almost 65% of the ball in the first game. Takuma, Rio. Pressured by Gleeson, just had hold of the arm though to bring Takuma down. Hasn't scored yet in this competition, Gleeson. He has featured in every match. Lovely ball forward for Hummett, just a bit too much on it though. Campon quickly off his line. Ngueba. Three players quickly around him. Takuma tussling away. He's done well, Ngueba. Fouled by Machino. So difficult to dispossess. He's got very good upper body strength, Ngueba, just holding off those challenges. Not that one though. Machino, a little bit of a rash challenge. Surprised, well, not sure why he's surprised. Never shows too much emotion, the Ratchaburi coach. Played over 100 games for BEC Terro Sasana in his playing days. Scored almost a goal every other game as well. He was a very prolific striker. 29 goals in 63 appearances for the Thai national team. Voravut Shumaka. There's Tosawa. Denilson. Teasing Riku. Looking for Ngueba. Couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet. When he did, he was off balance and couldn't get any power in the shot to test Higashiguchi. There's a lovely ball threaded through. The touch just took it a little bit too far away from him through the legs of Shin. And in the end, the shot lacked the power, mishit it. He was off balance. On the way back to Higashiguchi. Machino. Rio outside him on the overlap. Curran had just tucked inside. Tracks it back for the in-swinger. That's another corner. We'll see how many orange shirts are back inside that penalty area for Ratchaburi. Once again, Shin and Genta will come forward for this. Ting there, who's actually on loan from Johor. Daryl Taksim joined in January in the window. Rio floated back in. Genta's header just couldn't get over it though. It's another corner. He's taken a touch off a defender on the way out. Genta rising highest. Good ball in from Rio. Came off Gleeson, but he knew too much about it, but he did enough to get the challenge in. Another corner. Corner count stacking up already for Gamba Osaka. You just see their fans there. Opposite side. come off the defender, and Campon will gather and looking to try and get his side moving forward. He's bowled it out here to Ngueba. Tanner through the middle. And Ngueba forced to just check back and wait for some support. Now he'll look long for Tanner. No pace or direction on it though. Danielson. Long way from goal. Happy to try his luck, but way off target. Coming into the side tonight, Sidkley, just a second appearance. Did score on his only other appearance against Nam Dinh in a 2-0 win in the group stage. Well, they bought the drums and they brought the noise. So it's considerably warmer for them here than it is in Osaka at the moment. Shin. Rio skips away from Ngueba. Shin. Genta. Machino. Good running again, Machino, who's in behind. Offside flag went up though, as is the want these days. The flag does tend to go up a little bit later. Officials allow the play to run on just a little bit. Very, very close. Very, very close. Maybe just a shoulder was offside. Had a couple of decisions to make, the assistants over on the far side tonight. That disallowed goal from Dennis Hummett. Referee did referee a couple of games in the Under-17 World Cup in Qatar in November, including a 10-0 win for England against New Caledonia. Ngueba took a deflection. Higashiguchi taking no chances and pushing it behind for the corner. Well, the first time really we've seen Ngueba get to the line and pull a dangerous ball into the box. Good turn of pace. Took a deflection off Shin. And then Higashiguchi just turning it wide. The home crowd can make a little bit of noise here. Tanner with the corner, straight at the goalkeeper though. Infuriating for defenders. They'd all come forward from the back, but Higashiguchi able to quite comfortably pluck that one out of the air from Tanner's corner. Lovely chip forward, Dennis Hummett, Daniel Ting. It's a foot in, another corner conceded, but they won't mind that because Hummett would have been away. Came off the knee of Daniel Ting. Did score for Johor prior to moving here against Penang in the Malaysian Super League. And that goal he scored last week, only the 12th goal in his career in over 100 appearances. For the man who was born in Chester in the UK, does play international football for Malaysia, where he has actually scored for them as well. Another corner to Gamba Osaka. No score on the night. Away by Gleeson. Tanner. Complete miskick by Danielson. Keeps the pressure on his side with a Gamba throw. Just clipped his standing foot. Little unfortunate. Rio's throw. And again, Genta got across to deny Ngueba. It's too far ahead of Machino. Mention the crowd here. It's a very healthy crowd tonight. They did have just under 6,000 here for the game against Persib Bandung in the round of 16. Lovely ball played back by Jabali. It's in the middle. Machino arriving. Rayoya going back the other way. Machino. Good defending. Bodies back behind the ball again for Ratchaburi. Nobody's getting a challenge in Takuma. Genta. Riku. Everybody back behind the ball now for Ratchaburi. This makes life difficult for Gamba. It's very similar to the first leg. Machino just overran it slightly, still stabs it out to Rio. Genta drives it in. Oh, goodness me! What a hit from the centre-back. And what a way for Gamba Osaka to take the lead. We saw a lovely goal from Daniel Ting in the first game to put Ratchaburi in front, but that surely is one of the AFC Champions League 2 goal of the seasons. Genta with an absolutely unstoppable shot. Nobody expected this through the crowd of players, and that is simply unstoppable. And Gamba Osaka take the lead. And you could watch that again and again, and you would never get tired of it. Brilliant goal. I think that was probably worth the trip alone for those Gamba Osaka supporters. Now work to do for Ratchaburi. Tosuwa Hamid getting involved. Genta hasn't scored since the 2024 J League, should I say. Scored against Sagan Tosu before picked up a cruciate ligament injury and missed the rest of the season. Well, that is certainly one to remember. Danielson not happy with the assistant referee on the far side, and it looks as though Ratchaburi are making an early change here. Danielson clearly not happy about something. So shoulder to shoulder with the assistant's flagged. Danielson maybe felt he was fouled in the lead up to that. First corner from the far side tonight for Gamba Osaka. To the crowd once again, away by Gabriel. Here's Hummett. Went for the curler and almost found Shin with a run. I think it was meant for a shot, that Dennis Hummett. It almost ended up as a good pass into the box, or a good cross rather. Getting the ball clear and almost paying the price, Ratchaburi. Dennis Hummett going close. Sidgley, the man who came into the starting lineup tonight, is the player that's going off early here. So the gamble by the coach hasn't worked. It's Addison Promrak that comes on, who was the player that was left out for Sidgley. Let's try and play that slightly different formation with Daniel Ting playing in the centre. Addison will go in alongside Gabriel at the back. Ting will move back out to left back. Tanner. Gabriel headers a little short. Jabali could be in. Campon came out and didn't know whether to try and punch the ball, whether it was outside the box or not. He ended up just colliding with Jabali and the ball ran free. But Ratchaburi just a little bit disjointed at the moment since that goal. Daniel Ting. Promrak. Away by Ting. Danielson. Jabali. It's Takuma. Back to Shin. Very good at keeping possession. Gamba Osaka, as are a lot of the Japanese league sides. Having got themselves in front, this could be difficult for Ratchaburi to try and get back. There's a foul on Danielson. Just got clipped on the ankle there by Jabali. Boot, unfortunately, doesn't offer the protection that he used to these days. To get a stud there. Genta's goal separates the teams. It's worth another look. You see it great from this angle. The ball just running away from him and he hit back across it. Brilliant technique. And there simply is no stopping that. Kampon wasn't that far away from it, but the look on Dennis Hummett's face really says it all. No blame attached to Kampon. Rio. The back heel, which hasn't quite come off for him, went out of play. Never come from behind to win so far in the competition this season. Ratchaburi, the games they won, they took the lead, and in fact 3 of their 4 wins they had clean sheets. The only team that did score a goal was Eastern from Hong Kong in a 5-1 win for Ratchaburi. Beaten by Nam Dinh, twice by Gamba Osaka in the group, and then that 1-0 away defeat to Percy Bandung after they'd won the home game by 3-0. There's the man who went off, Sitley. One of the new faces that came in the summer from Botafogo in Brazil. Has played 13 of the 21 league games this season, but not really featured in this competition. A foul on Denilson Jr. Can Ratchaburi get back into this before half-time? Curran. Philippines international, Jesse Curran. Interesting character, born in Australia, Scottish father, Filipino mother. Played in both Australia and Scotland earlier in his career before settling now in Thailand. Here's Daniel Ting. Gabriel. Addison. Ratchaburi need to find something if they're to keep alive the hopes of an all-tie semi-final. Denilson, Gleeson through the middle, Ngueba arriving as well, good header, straight at the goalkeeper though. Higashiguchi had his positioning perfect, good leap by Ngueba, got in between 3 defenders, nobody really challenged him. It was a good header, down into the ground, right in front of the goalkeeper. Good save, Higashiguchi. His body right behind it. There's Takuma. Rio. Genta. Rio. Nguema trying to prevent the cross. Good ball in. It's over Daniel Ting. It was a heavy touch from Rioja. And Danielson hauled down again. Ratchaburi, the Gamba players rather feeling that Danielson's making a little bit of a meal of some of these challenges. Yeah, it was Riku's challenge. Just turned his back on him, and there wasn't too much wrong with that, to be fair. Promising player, Riku Handu, when he was younger. He's played at all Japanese youth levels, but has never managed to make the step up to the full national team. Actually scored against VV Nagasaki at the weekend in a 3-2 win. In fact, 2 of their 3 goals were scored by defenders. Nakatani and Handa getting the goals, should I say. Nakatani is not registered for this competition. Dennis Hummert got the other goal. He's doing pretty well in terms of his goal scoring in the league at the moment. The Swede, Turkish international. 3 goals in 4 games now in the J100 Division League. Just over 2 minutes to go to half-time. That brilliant goal from Genta separating the 2 teams. Lovely ball through the defenders, just a little bit more needed on it. Jesse Curran wins possession back. Here's Nguema. Nicely done. Tanner. Ting. Gamba Osaka's turn to get all their bodies back behind the ball. Just Dennis Hummert just coming back now. Curran. Oh, it's given away by Nguema. Jabali. Charging forward, just straight offside, had to just bend and check his run. Rioja. Genta. Shin. I suppose in the context of the game, you always felt that he was going to take something a little bit special to open the scoring. Gamba had 7 shots from outside the box in the first leg without managing to beat Kampon. And their first real effort from outside the box tonight did just that, into the top corner. Gamba finishing strongly now at the end of the first half. Riku. Genta. Floated in again towards Jabali. Machino goes for goal, comes off Kampon, who gathers at the second attempt. Another effort on target from Gamba Osaka. Machino looking for his second goal in the competition. Scored against Ratchaburi in that 2-0 win on match day 2. Seems a long time ago since that game, back in October. It was in Osaka. Just a couple of minutes to be added at the end of the first half. Jabali. With the shoulder. Bounces off Tosawat. Manages to get the cross in. Another clumsy foul. Rio just stopping Nguema. That chance a moment or so ago with Machino, just took a step back, and Jabali wanted it played square. Might have had a better angle for a shot, but Machino wasn't this stadium where he scored his goal in the competition as well. Fancied another one. Straight at Campon though. Waybuck just muscled up the ball once again. Was Shuto. Royoyo would have been offside, that's why he didn't bother chasing the ball. Just getting a little bit frustrated, Ratchaburi. Have had one or two of the decisions go their way, but the ones in the dangerous part, they haven't had the luck yet. Here's Daniel Ting. One last chance maybe. Addison. Curran. Challenge Rio. Competent at full-back. Rio Hatuse. Well, there goes the whistle from the Korean referee. Well, what a goal it was that separated the sides. Genta Miura with a stunning strike from around about 25 metres out. Nothing that the defenders could do. Daniel Ting, who scored in the first leg, has had more defensive work to do tonight. But it is the goal that separates the teams at half-time, and it's a goal that gives Gamba Osaka a slender lead on aggregate going into the second half. Can Ratchaburi get themselves back into the game? At the break, it's Ratchaburi 0, Gamba Osaka 1. 2-1 to Gamba on aggregate. Well, welcome back to the Ratchaburi Stadium here in Thailand. It's a similar scenario to the first leg last week, with the away team leading by a single goal at half-time. What a strike it was, though, from Genta Miura. Man there into the top corner from distance to beat Kampon, who'd been pretty solid up until that point, but there was no stopping the pile driver from Genta. Looks as though Ratchaburi are making at least one change at half-time. Roque Mesa, who came on for a debut in the first game a week ago, he's going to come on. That small pocket of Gamba fans have been non-stop throughout the game. And they keep it going in the second half. Roque Mesa, who was released by Johor Daryl Taksim back in July, was without a club, taken on by Ratchaburi. Wasn't signed for the league, only for the continental competition, so came on for his debut in the first match. Confirm who's gone off for you in a moment. Underway then, Gamba Osaka in the black, kicking from left to right in the second half, leading by a goal to nil, 2-1 on aggregate for a place in the semi-finals of the AFC Champions League 2, where they'll meet either Buriram United or Tampines Rovers. Buriram leading 2-1 after the first game last week. They play to a conclusion tomorrow night in Singapore. We mentioned that at Bangkok United, sorry, I was going to say Buriram United have already made it through to the quarter-finals of the AFC Champions League Elite, along with Mashida Zelvia, Vissel Kobe and Johor. Buriram United joining them. It is Bangkok United that play Tampines Rovers tomorrow. Thai clubs very well represented in the continental competition this season. Finds a way through. Of course, those 4 teams in the elite will play with 4 teams from the West. Once the West get their games played, of course, the situation there at the moment means that the games were cancelled, but it is a centralised format, or set to be a centralised format again for quarter-finals, semi-finals and final. Not taken down by Higashigichi. Has gone down. Just got caught by Jabali. Ratchaburi did make a change in the first half as well, taking off Sidkley, who was making just his second appearance in the competition, and bringing on Addison Promrak. Riku. Roque Mesa, the man who came on at half-time, he looks as though maybe Tosawat has gone off. Tosawat and Tanawat were the 2 holding midfielders. Tanawat is the captain. There's Daniel Ting. Gabriel. Well, by Shin, the captain. Yeah, they've struggled really to contain Ngueba and Gleeson at times, and Danielson Jr. tonight. They've been fouled a lot, probably the two most fouled players on the pitch in the first half. There's Ting. Change of number tonight, you might notice, for Daniel Ting as well, who wore number 5 in the first game. He's now number 55. Gleeson has gone from number 9 to number 79. Another advantage played by the referee. Tanner still going here. Lovely ball forward. Danielson couldn't get it out of his feet. Daniel Ting, very similar to where he scored the goal from in the first game. Gleeson! Ratchaburi back in it. And what a time to score your first goal in the competition this season. Well, it was an almost identical position Daniel Ting found himself into when he scored. He checked back onto his right last feet. He opted to play the ball into the middle. And when Gamba Osaka didn't clear it, there was Gleeson. Lovely run from Tanner. Lovely back heel, very clever that from Danielson. Shin and Nagashiguchi colliding with each other, and Gleeson says thank you, I'll take that and get the equaliser. We're back all square again. 1-1, 2-2 on aggregate. Shiguchi beaten once more. He's conceded a goal in the last 4 matches in a row now. So good defensively in the group stage, as we said. They only conceded 2 goals in 6 matches. Here they come again, kept 2 clean sheets against Ratchaburi as well. Crowd cheering everything at the moment. Roque Mesa with the clearance, flicked off a Gamba player. Just gets there before Dennis Hummett. What a great clearance from Campon. Wilson did well, just turned away from Shuto. Finished 4th place in the Thai League last season, Ratchaburi, which is why they were able to secure a place for AFC Champions League 2. Reached the semi-finals of the League Cup and the FA Cup last season. It was a pretty good campaign for them. Danielson keep that in play. Oh, he did not quite. Just a little bit too much on it. He's saying the whole of the ball didn't cross the line. Lovely back heel from Danielson for the goal. Sure, Daniel Ting, when he received the ball in that position, had a flashback to last week as well. Dennis Hummett on the chase. Addison goes across, gets his body in the way to block him behind. Every clearance, every tackle, every block being greeted by great cheers now from the home fans. time to get a goal as well, right at the start of the second period. Genta is forward. Takuma with the corner. Tanner urging everyone to focus. Svissing looks on stern-faced at the moment, having seen his side go in front through that stunning goal from Genta Miura. Over comes the corner, they allowed the header from Shin, and it's not too far away either. Not in front of his man, just couldn't flex those neck muscles enough to get the shot, to get the header on target. That's so close, flicks the bar in fact. Wow. Captain almost putting his side back in front. Lovely ball, just had enough on it to find Danielson. Two players quickly around him though, it goes out off Shuto. Tanner. It's too close to Rio. Jesse Curran was the intended target. Wasn't the best of starts to the group campaign for Ratchaburi. Lost their opening 2 matches before big wins over Eastern. Beat Nam Din as well, which was an important result because that turned out to be the pivotal result in what got them through. 2-0 win. And then a very dominant win here against Persib Bandung in the first leg of the round of 16. Did lose away in Bandung, but the job was done. Gamba had a really hard-fought battle in their round of 16 against Pohang Steelers. 1-1 away from home. They won it 2-1 at home. Yamashita and Hummett getting the goals in the first half. Here we are now in the quarter-finals. Machino, Roque Mesa. Well, he came on last week and was really combative in midfield. A point to prove, I suppose, having not played for such a long time until he made his debut last week. Genta. Riku. Jabali. The way back to Shin. Takuma. Machino going wide. Rio going on ahead of him. Machino did well to cut back inside. Still going here, Machino. Shuto. Rio. Machino, just a heavy touch. Roque Mesa. Curran. For Gleeson, just a little bit too high though. Shin with a header. Shuto. So they are top of their group. Gamba Osaka after that win at the weekend, 2 points clear of Nagoya. Lovely ball in, very, very dangerous. It was a good clearance. Addison getting back to get a foot in. Really dangerous ball in from Jabali. And it's really good defending from Addison Promrak, who came on in the first half. A little bit frustrated, I think, Danielson Jr. at the moment with some of the challenges on him. Put in by Curran, which is going to give another free kick away. Tanawat, the captain, not happy about that. Thought there was a foul there on. Not sure who it was, maybe Tanner that played the ball away, but nothing given. In the end, the free kick goes the other way. Coaching staff do have the tablet, as you see. They can watch the footage these days and they can see exactly what's happening. Genta comes forward once again. Approaching the hour mark, we're all square. Free kick whipped in with a bit of pace on it, away by Denilson. Headed back by Genta, looking for Jabali, might drop for Jabali. Comes out to Riku, ball bobbling around and flags up for offside in the end. Just came a little bit too sharply there to Dennis Hummett. You see coming back from an offside position. Haven't quite been as dominant in the second half, Gamba Osaka, as they were at the start of the first. There might be a chance here for them though. This is Rioya, challenged by Gabriel, who's gone down with a bit of cramp after that challenge. Had to get that right, it was just inside the penalty area. Roque Mesa sprays a lovely ball out to the far side. Overlapping run here from Curran. Three in the middle, early ball played in. Denilson's head out, it's bobbling around and no one able to pick up that loose ball apart from Higashiguchi in the Gamba Osaka goal. Good break out from Ratchaburi. Good tackle from Gabriel. Takuma. A long ball over the back in behind. Daniel Ting once again looking for Rioya. Hummett. Quite got the angle for the shot. Dennis Hummett twisting and turning. It's that 6-7 orange shirts back behind the ball again. Hooked out wide by Shuto. Rio needs some quality on the cross if he can find it. Tries to drive it. Goes out of Tanner, who raises the noise levels in the crowd once again. Need to focus, need to keep their attention at the back. Ratchaburi. Rio with the throw, looking for Jabali, headed away by Addison. Machino. Stacked away again, they can't get the ball properly clear though. Genta, similar position, is he going to try his luck again? Helps it on to Riku this time, little back heel. An acrobatic back heel from Daniel Ting. Now Roque Mesa. Tanner. Curran, can they keep this momentum going forward? Jesse Curran. Agueba pulls out wide, he's got two in the middle to aim for. Back to Tanner, driven in, took a slight touch to take it away from Denilson. Tassawat, Tanner. Tassawat's gone for the return, keeps it in play. It's the legs of Higashiguchi. And behind for a corner. Good pressure from Ratchaburi. Hasn't had much to do in terms of save making Higashiguchi. It was a lovely run from the captain, Tanawat. Trying to sneak that in at the near post. Goalkeeper well positioned. Gabriel forward for the corner. Gleeson. Ball's bobbling around. Oh, he's given a penalty. Penalty to Ratchaburi. And there's going to be a yellow card here as well. Well, it was almost in slow motion. It's Riku that goes into the book for the challenge. VAR, I'm sure will double check this, but Riku gets the yellow. It was Tanner's corner. It took a flick off Gleeson. There's the arm into the face of Daniel Ting with the elbow. The referee says that's a penalty. Ting stayed down. Riku gets the yellow. Oof, painful one for Daniel Ting. Riku saying needs to be checked. How can I jump and not use my arms? What a chance this is for Ratchaburi here. Well, that's got them on their feet. Who is going to take responsibility from the penalty spot? It's going to be Nilsson Jr. Haven't had a penalty yet till now, Ratchaburi. It is Nilsson Jr., 5 goals already. Scored a hat-trick against Eastern, scored 2 in the return leg against the side from Hong Kong. And now this could be his most important moment of the season in terms of this competition. Nilsson against Higashiguchi to put Ratchaburi in front for the first time on the night. Here he comes. Nilsson Jr. Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. It's a poor penalty from the Brazilian. And it hits Higashiguchi's legs. And that is disappointing for Ratchaburi. Tried to go straight down the middle. Goalkeeper just got his leg to the ball. What a chance for Ratchaburi. Is that a chance they're going to ruin? He didn't catch it cleanly at all. And no one able to follow up. With a long throw, maybe they'll try their luck once again. It's going to be a goal kick. What a chance for Ratchaburi. Well, they haven't had many chances in the second half. They won't get many more either. Let's see. Gabriel's header. Rio. Long angled ball from Shin, looking for Riku. The man who gave away the penalty was booked. Just gone out of play. Good ball though from Shin. Wasn't to be for Nilsson. Goalkeeper managed to get some distance on the ball and some angle on it as well. Look at the reaction on the bench as well. Sheer disappointment. That would have put them back in control. Credit to Higashiguchi though. Into the final quarter of the game. Change as you see for Gamba Osaka as well. Velton has come on. Shino and Takuma have gone off. No foul, says the referee. Gleeson tried to get on the end of it. Okay, Referees are saying it should have been a free kick. Ngueva's back on his feet though. Tanner, Gleeson, important foot in. Shuto. Tanner. Curran. Turn ball down the line for Tanner. Put away for the corner by Rio. Maybe a chance to redeem themselves with another set piece here. Gabriel coming forward once again for the corner. Taken short this time. Back to Jesse Curran. Digs the ball in. Just again a slight deflection, taking it away from the oncoming player. Ting was in there, Danielson was in there as well. Gabriel. Roque Mesa. Tanawa. Curran. All the way back to Campon in goal. I mentioned Bury Ram booking their place in the next round of the AFC Champions League Elite last night. They lead the way in the Thai League at the moment. Ratchaburi, a long way behind them, back in third. They were overtaken by Port FC at the weekend, having not played. Ratchaburi 14 points behind Bury Ram in the Thai League at the moment. Not too many games left either. Just going to roll out of play eventually. Belton, who's come on for Jens Vissing's side, playing just his second appearance in the competition, scored on match day 1 against Eastern. New coach, probably still getting to know his side a little bit in terms of personnel. So the J-League, the new J1 100-year Vision League, is only 5 games in at the moment. He has been playing continental games with Gamba. Addison, given away by Roque Mesa. Rioya almost came through to Rin, who's the other substitute that came on, by the way. Rin Mito has got a couple of goals in the competition. Jabali out wide. Velton, chance for Velton, good save, Campon. Offside flag has gone up. Well, the other substitute coming on and almost having an immediate impact. Given away by Danielson and Velton. It was Rioya that was offside when that ball rebounded. Offside when the initial shot came in, despite the fact it came off the goalkeeper. Ratchaburi are going to make a change. Just wonder whether with the end of Danielson, Jabali will just allow the ball to run across him. Gabriel almost gives it away. Addison gets it away from danger. Danielson. Look at the bounce for Tanner. Danielson up ahead of him. Gleeson tried to slip it through, finds his man. Gleeson sets himself. Danielson! Oh, just pulled out of it and Shin makes the challenge. What a moment that was. Ratchaburi's best move of the game so far. And Danielson just seemed ready to pull the trigger, and now Velton at the other end. Away by Gabriel. The game is just starting to open up now. Nogueba. Stopped by Rio. What a chance though for Danielson. Jabali. Rin. Jabali. Velton outside him. Shimmy. Jabali trying to play back to him. This came off Tanawa. Jabali. Rio on the chase, but that will beat him into touch and greeted with cheers from the fans, particularly behind the goal. I think Danielson is pretty certain he's going to be the player too. Come off. It's Najiva that's coming on. There's the penalty miss. Disappointed, but not to be. Had that chance a moment or so ago. That would have got his hero status back again, but just the last-ditch tackle from Gamba, saving the day. 8th appearance for Najiva. 50 appearances for Madagascar. Gleeson involved in that move a moment or so ago, but not to be. Nogueba. Jiva has gone through the middle with Gleeson. Genta. Touch from Jabali. Jivia away by Genta. Hummit. Jabali. Hummit's continued his run. It's not a good ball back to him though, cut out easily by Gabriel. Follow Nogueba. Yellow card as well for Rio. So second Gamba player goes into the book. Both fullbacks have been booked now. Rio and Riku, who gave away the penalty. Here's Njiva. It's the legs of Riku. Bounce away. Goes for the corner. So another set piece here for Ratchaburi. It was a quick break out after that free kick. Hot and humid here. I think the Japanese players will probably be feeling that a little bit now. It is winter in Japan, so the temperature's a lot cooler. It's Thailand, the Ratchaburi players more used to the heat. Curran, back to Tana. Just a little bit too high for Addison. Daniel Ting. Jiva. Gleeson. Just never really going to generate the power from there. It was almost like he was trying to play that into the path of one of his teammates rather than be an attempt at goal. Comfortable for Higashigichi. There to be a winner inside the 90, or is the game going further? Ball down the line for Rin. Tried to flip that through for Velton, but flips it out of play. change here for Gamba Osaka. Let's look at the goal again. Tackled by Gleeson. Good ball in from Daniel Ting. This changes Gaku. Okanuki. And Takeru. Hummett and Rio, all gone off. Takero, Kanuki and Gaku, as we said, all coming on. Of course, he got the equalizer last week in the 84th minute. Can he work his magic again here late on to prevent us going to extra time? By Gleeson, away by Genta, only as far as Najiva. Offside, Lugueva. Rio, who's had a pretty solid game at the back, that was the yellow card, that's possibly why. Coach has changed him for the last 10 minutes or so, just in case. Last thing you want with a game finally poised like this is to go down to 10 men. Rin. Have made all their substitutions now. Gamba Osaka. Is that a handball? There's an appeal. Takes a deflection just over the top of Daniel Ting. Well, there was a big appeal for handball there. There was a player on the ground. See if we can see it from here. Velton with a little ball outside. Addison went to ground and the ball struck his arm, which was... No, it's actually on the shoulder. It's a little bit too high. Yeah, on the shoulder, not the arm. Not spotted by the referee. No penalty. So they have made all 5 changes, Gamba Osaka. They would be allowed another one, of course, if we go to extra time. I think they've had a look at it, realised it was the elbow, the shoulder rather. There's the shot back across from Takeru that's just come on. Flicked it over the top. Put it away by Takeru. Daniel Ting with a throw. Try and get some distance on this. We have seen a couple of long throws from him already in the second half. Someone's come forward for this one. Good distance on it as well. Only half punched away by Higashigichi, away by Velton. Curran tried to play that back in and was a little off balance, just proceeded in skying it. Lugueva takes over, whipped back in again. Header from Riku, who's now switched to left back. Bobbles around and back into the box and gathered again by Higashigichi. Could have gone anywhere. Velton. Just in behind Gaku. Too high for Najiva. Genta, sorry, heads it forward to Okunuki. Lost the boot in the process. There's Roque Mesa. Ngueba. Now Curran, he's got Tanner with him. Almost giving the ball away, got a bit mixed up between them. Roque Mesa. Threaded out to Tanner once more, wants Curran to go down the outside, which he duly obliges. Chipped into the penalty area, almost falls for Ngueba. Daniel Ting. Ngueba. Lovely ball into the box. Ngueba steps away from his man. Too many players between him and goal, though. Good block, and Gamba managed to get the ball away. Good spell of pressure though from Ratchaburi. Nervous times, I'm sure, for both coaches. Jens Vissing. Javali. Away by Tanawat, who was a little off balance. It's on by Gaku. Riku. Velton. Tanawat's gone down with a bit of cramp here, so they're a man light at the back at the moment. Velton just overruns it slightly. Still play continues. Blocked away. And Tanawat should be able to get some treatment, helped out by Genta. That was the earlier shot, could have gone anywhere. Just came off the knee of Daniel Ting. Behind for a corner. A little bit of a let-off again for Ratchaburi. The end of Tanawat. Srissawan is going to come on. The captain will make way for Fritzenun Srissawan. He's a former Bangkok United player, although he has been at Ratchaburi for some 9 years now. I'm sure he'll be keeping one eye on how his other team do tomorrow, but he'll be hoping he can try and inspire his current team into the semi-finals. His sixth appearance in the competition. Srissawan will take over the captain's armband as well. Straight into defensive mode for this corner, which will be taken by Gaku. From Shin, the captain, just over the top again, though winning the header, but unable to get any direction on it. Didn't get over the ball at all. Disappointed. Daniel Ting gets the ball away. Coming Leading up to the final minute of the 90, it'll be whatever the officials add on in terms of stoppages. Stays like this, we are heading for extra time. 1-1 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. Here's Velton. Was he tripped? Yes, he was tripped by Roque Mesa, who said he got a touch on the ball. Now this is a dangerous position for a free kick. Did just get a stud on it, but didn't really move the ball and did catch the player. The referee was unimpeded, as you can see with his view. Get a stud on the ball. Be a little unfortunate. Could be even more unfortunate if Gamba Osaka managed to get a goal from this. Survived that penalty, of course, missed by Danielson, that would have put Ratchaburi 2-1 into the lead. Genta Miura put Gamba Osaka ahead. Gleeson cancelled that out in the second half. Game has followed a similar pattern to the first leg. Srissawan is the man lying behind the wall. As they go low. 6 minutes added time. Gaku possibly over the ball for this one. Just weighing up his angles. Here comes Gaku. Good save, Campon. Wasn't enough pace on it to really trouble the goalkeeper. Made a good save, Campon. It came at a nice height for him. Almost took a deflection off Gabriel. Goalkeeper just helping it on its way. Corner though to Gamba Osaka. Just a little slip. That was taken. Tana. Roque Mesa. Lovely ball back to Tana. Now Jesse Curran. Is there a break on here for Ratchaburi? Gleeson. Daniel Ting's gone racing through the middle. Tana. Was it across towards Ngueva? Header from Takeru. Good save by the goalkeeper. Played well in both legs, Campon. Nothing you could do about the goal tonight from Genta. Who scored in the first leg in the 84th minute. Was trying to get one even later, and they might still have a chance here. Velton, Jabali, looking to play back to Velton, hooked away by Gabriel. Jabali. Went for the ball into the channel. Offside flag's gone up, and some really determined defending again from Ratchaburi. Strong in the challenge, Velton. Jabali just offside. Quickly got those orange shirts back behind the ball as well. A goal disallowed in the first half for offside for Dennis Hummett. Gamba Osaka. By Srissawan, and a yellow card for the man who only came on a few moments ago. It's a high challenge on Rin. More importantly, he's given Gamba Osaka the ball back. Takeru gets the ball across, finds the head of Jabali, but can't direct it on target. Too much pace on the cross. It's another good chance though for the Japanese. Gamba just kept it in play, did he? No, he didn't. The flag went up. Roque Messer has picked up a yellow card for something as well. Kicking the ball away. Riku. Rin. Shuto. Gaku. Nicely played back to Velton. Get the angle for the cross. Well played, Addison. Jivia. Given away again. There's a better angle this time maybe for Velton to try and get the ball across, but goes out top Tanner for a corner. Some last-ditch defending once again here for Ratchaburi. Is forward again. Gaku Nuwata will take the corner. We're just warning both sets of players that he won't hesitate to either give a free kick or a penalty depending on who's doing the fouling. Gaku with the corner straight into the arms of Campon. Is there time for one more attack? I don't think there is. Campon is happy to hang on to the ball maybe and just run those seconds off, which he does just that. Whistle goes. So we're heading for a period of extra time. Maybe penalties if it goes all the way. Gleeson with the goal that equalised, cancelled out Genta's stunning opener in the first half. Higashiguchi saved a penalty in that second half from Danielson Jr. Well, these players have to raise their energy levels for 30 more minutes. Not a happy man, Danielson, having missed the penalty and then having a chance as well at the other end, which just denied by Shin's challenge. At full time then, it's Ratchaburi 1, Gamba Osaka 1, 2-2 on aggregate. We're heading for extra time. Just a few minutes for both coaches to give some further instructions. The equalising goal from Gleeson. Daniel Ting finding himself in the same position that when he scored in the first leg, opted to cross this time. Shin and Higashiguchi collided and Gleeson said, "I'll take that." First goal in the competition. Pressed hard in that second half, Gamba Osaka. Shin with a chance late on, just flicking the top of the bar, couldn't quite get over it enough. It was the incident that led to the penalty. Riku with a flailing arm that caught Daniel Ting, got himself a yellow card for his trouble. But Danielson with what was a poor penalty, really. Saved by the legs of Higashiguchi. Deep in his thoughts, how different it could have been had he scored that penalty, and how costly might that miss still turn out to be for Danielson Jr., who was brought off in the second half. Well, this will test the stamina levels of Gamba Osaka, say just 5 games into the new league. But they won't have played in temperatures like this for quite some time. The humidity, I think it was about 8 or 9 degrees for the first leg in Osaka last week. Ratchaburi should be much more used to the conditions, but it does sap your energy. We saw the captain going down with cramp and then being taken off. Tanawat in the second half. Genta there, who scored that excellent opening goal. Okay, Mesa was yellow carded late on. He made himself a hero with the penalty save, Higashigichi. May still have more work to do in this game if he's to help his side through to the semi-finals. Kampon has taken over the captain's armband now. It was Srisawan just for ease, I think, when Tanawat came off. Don't forget the second quarter-final. Second leg is tomorrow. Bangkok United against Tampines Rovers. Or rather, Tampines Rovers against Bangkok United. The game is in Singapore. Bangkok won the home leg 2-1 last week. A slender lead to take to the second leg for them tomorrow. And the winners will meet, of course. Once again, the whole squad in the huddle for Ratchaburi. So they made their AFC Champions League debut back in 2021. Managed to make it out of the group on that occasion. Gamba Osaka won the AFC Champions League in 2008 when they beat Adelaide United. 5 years since they were last in the AFC Champions League. Finished second in their group behind John Book Motors, but failed to make it to the round of 16. It was only a select number of the second place teams that went through then. Did reach the semi-finals in their only other appearance in 2015, lost to the eventual winners Guangzhou Evergrande. Themselves in the AFC Champions League 2 this season, qualified by finishing 4th place in the J-League last season, mainly due to the fact because Vissel Kobe won the Emperor's Cup. So 4th place effectively took that Emperor's Cup spot because Vissel qualified by their league position for the Champions League Elite, so worked in Gamba's favour. Both sides actually finished 4th place in their respective leagues in the last campaign. Gamba kicking the same way they were in the second half, 15 minutes each way. Velton just manages to keep that in play and wins inside a corner. Remembering the other day the various scenarios that we've had with extra time and the experiments that have happened with golden goal and silver goal in the past as well, which, if you remember the silver goal, if you scored in the first half of extra time, you carried on to half time. If it was still the same, the match ended. And golden goal, of course, well, that was it, game over. No golden goal, no silver goal. Whatever happens, we'll have 30 minutes, then maybe penalty shootout. Here's Higashigichi. Shuto. Genta. Takeru. Always very tentative, you find, when games go to extra time. Nobody wants to make a mistake that's going to lead to a goal. Interesting to see the energy levels of Gamba Osaka, as we say, and to a certain extent Ratchaburi as well. Even though they're used to the heat, he's still very energy sapping. Here's Jesse Curran. Just overran it. They managed to get a little toe on the ball. Referee waited but pulled that back for the challenge from Shuto. Good refereeing that. Yellow card for Shuto as well. He looks somewhat surprised. Just trod on the ankle of Jesse Curran. That was a painful one. Joins Rico and Rio in the book. Rio was substituted in the second half. New territory for Jens Vissing, the new coach. Jiva. Recovered from Takeru. Ting again. Sure, he'll give the ball a quick dry and then to launch this long in towards Gabriel. In fact, they've gone short this time. Tanner. Roque Mesa. It's closed down quickly now. Daniel Ting might be able to release the ball. Does so, away by Shin, only as far as Curran. Ngueba. Down the line for Curran, just a little bit on his heels though. Curran. Ngueba just delayed with his release of the ball. Neither Curran nor Tanner were able to get onto that. You can see the frustration on the face of Jesse Curran. Gaku. Still going. Away by Gabriel. Ball still in play though. Free header. Oh, what a chance. Velton right in front of goal. Jinking run from Gaku. And Velton, oh, what a chance that was to put his name onto the score sheet. Maybe a little nudge from Daniel Ting, but couldn't get the header on target. It is only his second appearance, scored in his other appearance against Eastern. A 3-1 win to start their campaign way back in mid-September. That's a lovely ball down the line for Jesse Curran. Only two in the middle, and Jiva and Gleeson, he's over both of them. Just a bit too much on it. Away by Takeru. Gabriel's header. Now Roque Mesa. And Jiva. Gleeson. Did well because there was no one in the middle. So wins the corner off Kenta. Possibly the best he could have hoped for. Gabriel forward once again. Tanner with the corner. Good punching Gashiguchi, only as far as Curran. Off target though with the shot. A little bit lazy looking up from Jesse Curran. Be a few tired legs out there now, even at this early stage of extra time. Takes control. Both these sides are back into league action at the weekend. Ratchaburi take on Ayutthaya United here, and there'll be a bit of a revenge game for them. Ayutthaya knocked them out of the Thai Cup a couple of weeks ago in the quarter-finals with a 1-0 win. Gamba Osaka take on Frantic Hiroshima. Shuto. Ball over the top again, looking for Gaku. Velton. Jabali in the middle, but straight into Kampon. Ball down quickly to Srissawan and Jiva. Tanner. Looking for the ball at his feet. Spins away from his man, but there were three around him. Now Jabali. Back by Roque Mesa. Does a good job of breaking things up in that midfield area, Roque Mesa, when he came on last week, and he's done the same tonight as well as a substitute. Jabali just trying to stab that one through. This is Shin. Riku. Velton. Up against Jesse Curran. Rin. Gabriel's ball falls kindly for Velton to curl into the corner. Well, he missed the header a few moments ago, but he has kept his composure there to put Gamba Osaka ahead once again on the night, and now ahead on aggregate as well. Well, it's been a long night. It may not be over yet, but it's given them the edge. There were a couple of challenges the referee allowed to run. He got in Tanner's way a little bit as well. Tanner may have been about to make the challenge. It's a lucky bounce into the path of Velton. Gabriel tried to clear it. It hits Gaku, and Velton just opened his body up to guide it past Kampon. And Gamba Osaka lead 2-1 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate, right inside the post. Well, 2 appearances, 2 goals now for the Brazilian. VAR are going to check as to whether there was a hand, maybe an arm from Gaku when that ball ricocheted through. Well, I think Tanner will be a little bit disappointed because the referee seemed to get in his way. He looked as if he was about to make a challenge on the edge of the area. Those unfortunate situations, of course. Nervous wait just to see if this goal stands. Both VAR officials are from Hong Kong, China. Tam Ping Wen and Luk Kin Sun. The goal's been given. So Gaku's arm not deemed to have been a handball. Now Ratchaburi have got to come out and attack. Srissawan. Tanner. Shoulder to shoulder with Rin, who came away with the ball. Here come Gamba. Gaku, straight to Kampon. Daniel Ting. Well, we did say, would that penalty miss from Danielson come back to haunt Ratchaburi That would, of course, would have taken them to the win inside the 90 minutes, but not to be. Japanese side's always so strong in continental competition. Lovely ball over the top. Ngueba, Gleeson! Oh, good challenge. Genta just did enough to make sure Gleeson couldn't turn. Scored the first goal, but that's very good defending by Genta. Watch how tightly he sticks to Gleeson. Just doesn't give him room to turn. Just there, did enough. Here's a corner though. Tanner to deliver once more. Didn't have a single corner in the first match. A few more tonight though, right in front of goal. Barley heads away. That goes out off the back of Gleeson for a goal kick. It's a good delivery. Gleeson just couldn't get out of the way. Sure, Tampines Rovers and Bangkok United will be interested onlookers tonight, knowing that whoever wins that tie tomorrow are going to play the winners in a few weeks' time, because there is an international break coming up towards the end of March, when the continental competition starting to take shape now. Of course, the West just on hold at the moment. Again, those 4 teams that booked their places in the AFC Champions League Elite last night, and teams here as well, just looking to breathe a sigh of relief and get themselves through to the next stage. Here's Valton, scorer of the goal, bearing down once again, still going, almost finds Jabali. Good play by Roque Mesa. Now he needs options. Linked it into Najiva, who was just barged into by Takaru. Last minute of the first period of extra time. Two more changes. Made 4 changes inside the 90 minutes. Bangkok, you can make an extra change in extra time, of course. Well, I think that's Srissawan, who only came on in the second half. He's gone down with cramp. Strange. Picked up a yellow card early on as well. Here's the goal. There was the ricochet off Gaku and off the post for Belton. Look at the curl. It looked like he was going wide, and all of a sudden he'd had that bend on it to take it in past Campon. Yaron Sak and Suporn are the 2 players that are going to come on. Well, scored the equalizer in the first game. Had a hand, literally had a hand in the goal here, although not deemed enough to, or on VAR, disallowing the goal. It was actually Addison that had gone down with cramp. Maybe doing Srissawan a little bit of a disservice there. A little bit, 2 minutes to add at the end of the first period of extra time, as you can see. Gamba Osaka leading on the night by 2-1 and 3-2 on aggregate. Here's Riku. Now Rin. 1 or 2 passes are going, you feel, to start going a little bit wayward now. There'll be some tired legs out there, as we said earlier. Ratchaburi know they've got to press to get a goal to maybe take us to a penalty shootout. Haven't had too many chances in this first period of extra time. Shuto. Riku. Shin. Keru. Lifted over the top for the run of Okunuki. He's just run it out of play. A goal kick. Okunuki, who came on in the second half. Have changed their minds about the substitution by the look of it. Addison has gone off. Jonathan Kemdi has come on. Supporn has also gone on to be replaced, or to replace Jesse Curran. Last chance maybe to get a goal back before the break. Ngueba! Oh, just the wrong side of the post. So close. What a moment that would have been for Ratchaburi, right on the stroke of half-time in extra time. Caught it on the volley, and it almost crept in that far post, no bend on it. That is inches away from what would have been another really good goal from Ratchaburi. Not to be. And we hit the break in extra time with Gamba Osaka with a narrow lead. Velton with the goal. Well, you can't believe it. Caught it really well. So half-time in extra time, it's Ratchaburi 1, Gamba Osaka 2. Gamba leading by 3-2 on aggregate. There's that chance right at the end. He must have thought that was in from that sort of angle, and look at the reaction of those players in the middle as well. It's a collective head in hands moment. So Kemdi and Jaransak are on. Supporn didn't come on, by the way. Swissawan and Addison are the two players that have gone off. Jonathan Kemdi coming on as well. So Ratchaburi get us underway. Second period of extra time. They have to score if they want to take us to a penalty shootout. Jaran-Sek, as you can see, is going to play up a high roll. They have to try and get goals now. Hasn't scored in this competition yet. Jaran-Sek Wongum, his third appearance. Gaku. the corner for Jabali, stabbed away by Daniel Ting. It's Gleason, Jiva, Roque Mesa, nicely taken. That's good play again in that midfield area by Rin, just closing Ratchaburi out. Jabali. Caught after the ball had gone. Nothing referee saw wrong though. Velton. Jabali. Velton. Curran did well to just get a foot in. Roque Mesa goes down. A free kick. Challenged by Velton. Shuto. Rin. Shin. Velton. Well, Gamba know if they keep the ball. It's more pressure on Ratchaburi. Poor header by Jesse Curran, straight to Velton. Jabali, too far ahead of him really. Gabriel got the block in, didn't know where the ball had gone. Roque Mesa, that'll be a free kick, just hauled back by Jabali. Referee allowed the free kick to be taken quickly. Gleason. Well, Tanner keeps it in play. Curran. Jaransak. Blocked by Riku. Have a bit of urgency about them now. Ratchaburi, that's given a ball away cheaply. Jabali. Easily picked that one away. Rin. That's a push by Jesse Curran. Looks like he's struggling a little bit now. They have made all their substitutions, Ratchaburi. Both number 27s down at the moment. Well, it's been a brave effort. It's been a brave tournament for Vorovut Trimaka's side. Can they get an equalizer? It doesn't look too good for Jesse Curran. Shin. Genta, whose goal got the scoring underway in the first half. Lovely ball down the line for Okanuki. Towards Gaku. Cut out though. Riku. Velton outside him. Not quite at running the ball into the corner moment just yet. Rin. Now Jabali. Shin. Jabali, this is just patient football. Nice possession stuff from Gamba Osaka. Genta coming forward again and backing off him. Takeru. intention on getting the ball into the box, it would seem, at the moment. Now they might stand a chance. Okanuki into corner. Making another change and taking off the substitute. Velton coming off and Kurata is coming on. There's the goal. Started that a long way outside the post. Had the bend on it to beat Kampon. And that's the goal that, at the moment, is putting Gamba Osaka into the semi-finals. Corner to defend here, Ratchaburi. Flicked away, came off the head of Daniel Ting. Rin. Jabali. He's done well, looking to get away from Roque Mesa. Kampon got a hand to it, gathers at the second attempt, and now to try and get his side moving forward. Long ball over the top, only Yaransek is forward. 3-4 defenders quickly around him, nobody else getting up in support. A lone battle there for the substitute, and those 4 defenders, not surprisingly, came away with the ball. Takeru. Right off the shins of Tana. Jabali, stabbed away by Gabriel. It's another corner. Ratchaburi just urging Gamba to get on with this, feeling they're doing a little bit of time wasting at the moment. Not surprisingly, as you would expect, within the rules. If they overstep, the referee will yellow card them, of course. Well, they haven't stopped from the very first whistle. It's extra time for them as well. They've done their side proud tonight, and they're just minutes away from a place in the semi-finals, unless Ratchaburi can conjure something up in the last 6 minutes of extra time. Kemdi. Roque Mesa. Preston harassed by Rin, gives away the free kick. Clearance, Gabriel. Jonathan Kemdi goes all the way back to Kampon. Jonathan Kemdi, who played all his career in Denmark before joining Ratchaburi, his dual Thai Danish nationality. Scored against Atoya United in the Thai League this season. Some nervous looks on the faces on that Ratchaburi bench now. They need to come up with something. Okay, Mesa Hall back by Jabali, who's going to get a yellow card. To the book goes the Tunisian. Might give a chance now. Daniel Ting in towards Gleeson. Just flicked off Gleeson. Oh, the goalkeeper was about to gather that before it was hooked away by Riku. Gleeson's gone down with a bit of cramp as well, I think, now. Not for the first time, Genter acting as the physiotherapist. And you feel they're going to have to just push players forward now. You might as well lose 3-1 then. Not go without fighting. It's hoisted forward. towards Gabriel, who has stayed forward. Offside though. Well, the unhappiest man around at the moment is without doubt Danielson Jr. That penalty miss could well have cost his side a place in the semi-finals. Genta. Gaku. Rin racing through the middle. It's a great chance. It's a good save by Campon. Just keeps his side's chances alive. Lovely run from Rin. It was brilliantly laid into his path by Gaku. And Campon charged out and spread himself well. Saved a certain goal. It is a corner. Now they'll look to keep the ball in the corner. Jabali. Tussling away. It's the throw. Jabali again using his strength. Jesse Curran stabs it out of play. Not really much Ratchaburi can do at the moment when Gamba Osaka are trying to keep it in the corner. Jabali. Tanner. Space at a premium there, that was stabbed away by Curran. Rin. Doing a pretty good job of this, Gamba Osaka. Could be the pattern for the next 2 minutes. Well, next minute and 20 seconds plus whatever added time the referee's going on. Those Ratchaburi fans are silenced. They seem almost resigned to their fate now. Gamba's fans still making that musical noise. It's out of play, no trip on Jabali, so it continues. Roque Mesa looking to turn away from his man. Foul though by Kurata. Just trying to get Ratchaburi to calm it down a bit. He will add a bit of time on. This is it. You feel it has to go long from Campon. Everybody's forward. Gabriel's header. Offside. Gashiguchi came charging out. Just offside, Gabriel. What a brave fight it's been. Those fans resign now to the fact that they're going out of the competition. Probably nobody really gave them a chance going up against Japanese opposition, but fought and defended brilliantly in that first game to come away with a 1-1. Showed spirit tonight to get back after falling behind. Just a minute to be added. Here's Tanner. One last chance maybe. Yarensek. Jesse Curran bombing up to get alongside him. Just been forced out a little bit wide by Riku. Away by Shin. Curran will keep it alive. Tanner didn't realise Jabali was behind him. Campon has just got a few seconds to launch this long. Looking for Ngueba. Takeru's header. And there goes the full-time whistle. Gamba Osaka have held on to book a place in the semi-finals. Genta got the opener, a stunning goal in the first half. It was cancelled out by Gleeson. But then Velton, who'd come off the bench, got his second goal of the competition in extra time. Ratchaburi couldn't find a way back. Well, it's been entertaining, but the Thai side bow out. It is Gamba Osaka that will go through to play either Bangkok United or Tampines Rovers in the semi-finals. That penalty miss from Gleeson, from Denilson Jr. proved to be costly because it meant his side couldn't get back into the game. Higashiguchi, the hero, with the save. It wasn't the best penalty in the world. Velton with that lovely winning goal. The ball curled, it started well outside the post and ended up beating Kampon, just flicked off the post. Full time after extra time, Ratchaburi 1, Gamba Osaka 2. Gamba Osaka win 3-2 on aggregate. Denilson Jr. left to reflect what might have been.